5,061 on hand in the Tokyo Dome. A fantastic crowd for a game that does not include Japan. And they raise the decibel level with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Cuba 1 out away from going to Miami. Australia 1 out away from going home. To pay it off. Strike 3 swinging. For the first time since 2006, Cuba's headed to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. A phenomenal tournament comes to an end. The Aussies made history this year. Never before had an Australian national baseball team reached the quarterfinals of the World Baseball Classic. This team did exactly what it set out to do in November. Take the step forward.
Get around him.
You're out of the wing anyway. Waste effort. Yeah, I'm great space.
Start with your name and kind of position on the team.
Yep.
Whenever you're ready.
My name is Tim Kennelly. I'm the captain of Team Australia and I'm an outfielder. I probably liked footy more than baseball early on, and sort of baseball, T-ball and then into baseball was what I played over the summer, which was the off-season of footy, and it wasn't probably until I was maybe at the age of 16 or 17 thought that I could probably take, baseball a little bit further. A few of the guys in high school also played baseball, and it was just, one of those things that you just did that on the weekends in club ball and you played footy, and it wasn't until, you get to the age of 17 when you realise you got a shot of potentially going over to the States, and that's when, footy took a back step and, I was all in on baseball. So I think 2009 was the first sort of official donning of the uniform in an event, which was the World Cup. Just watching those guys on the national stage was something that I always, strived to become, and still like today, just, some of my best memories of being able to go away with, some of your best mates. And it was sort of, it's a representation of your family, your coaches, everyone that's helped to get you there. And, my parents sacrificed so much in allowing us to play on national teams, go away for all these tournaments and pay all this money. So it's a representation really of everyone that's helped get you there. And then, you get your uniform and first thing you do is you put it on and, see what it looks like, take some snaps and photos. Back then, there's no social media to post it to really. It's just such a special moment. There's no other feeling like it. And anytime you get to put the uniform on, it's just such an honour. World Baseball Classic is really the pinnacle of our sport. From an Australian perspective, you're playing against the best players in the world, playing against Shohei Ohtani, you're playing against Mike Trout to finish 5th. Compared to sort of where some of those other countries are and some of the other players, and the payroll that they're on compared to what we're on, we probably did better than what a lot of other countries and people would expect. But then you one run away from beating Cuba and going through to the semi-finals in Miami and versus Team USA. So to lose that game's disappointing, obviously, and would have loved to gone over there and just had a crack at Team USA. We beat them in the Premier 12, and we're Australian, right? We're competitive. We don't like losing. So as much as people don't expect us to go far in tournaments, we expect us. We put in the work and the preparation, and it's not really a team that we can't beat on any given day. It's just a matter of things going right at the right times for us.
Just one each, guys. Just one each. Okay. Yeah. Just so I can go.
Well, first of all, very proud on a number of levels. We finished 5th in the world against the best players in the world, and there's not many sporting teams that can say that, especially with the lack of resources we have. I would put our resources and our lack of support against any sport in Australia. I would be happy to have that conversation publicly with anyone. So for us to finish 5th on the world stage at the same time other sports are finishing 8th and basically being hailed as heroes, it's just a reminder of what we still have to do as far as educating people on how good we are with what little we have, to look in the players' eyes and to actually see a belief that they have, not a rah-rah language, to actually see that they absolutely understood with clarity that the work they had done allowed them to go on the field in the Tokyo Dome and take on anyone. And with that expectation was a real hurt after the game that wasn't an orchestrated type pain. It was a real deep-rooted disappointment, which everyone had, from all the way from our president of the sport in the locker room all the way through the CEO to myself and other players. It was a very disappointing moment, filled with pride about what we'd achieved. The fans in Japan adopted us. I think the way we showed that we were committed to performing, and it was a really unique experience that in not many sports in Australia I get to experience. But as the head coach, as the national coach, I got to flip the switch. I got to move on. You just got to get the guys back on track and start getting them ready for future events. And you need to give them a little bit of lag time to get through it. And then then the tough love comes, and you've got to get them back on track. But I think for the most part, what they took away from the WBC is a real clear understanding of the preparation needed, the attention to detail needed in the lead up, and that they are capable. We know that in a professional environment over 6 months, we don't have the depth to compete in a marathon tournament, but we do know that we have the talent and we can prepare and we can play against any team in the world on any given day and expect to win.
You might kill me for asking this, but heading into the Premier 12, what's your expectation and what is your goal?
Oh yeah, just to play good. I don't know. I think you know the answer. Look, from my point of view, I know the result to some degree is out of our control. I get that. We're not naive, we're not stupid, but the key thing is we're chasing a great performance from our players. Every day we're chasing a great performance, and I believe that our talent is good enough that if we can perform, we have no room for error, and we prepare that way that if the guys can perform, I believe the results are going to follow.